the appearance of the Virgin Mary to 250,000 people in Cairo, Egypt, a strange event that became known as the appearance of the Virgin Mary at Zeitun, known as the Zeitun incident, concerns the strange appearance, or even that what took place was recorded in Zeitun, Egypt, in front of thousands of eyewitnesses. According to Wikipedia, the Zeitun incident first appeared on the night of April 2nd in 1968, when Farouk Mohammed Atwa, a Muslim working opposite the Coptic Church of St. Mary in Zeitun, believed he had seen a woman on the top of the roof of the church. He thought that she was trying to do harm to herself. But that's when two other men also noticed a white figure at the top of the church, and the whole matter was reported to the police. And slowly a large crowd gathered in the area to watch this event, considering it was an appearance of the Virgin Mary. Now, according to the police, what the people saw was just a reflection of the streetlights, and they tried to disperse the crowd. However, people insisted that what they saw was a clear appearance of the Virgin Mary, and so the police tried to disperse the crowd, were unsuccessful. And I'm going to give you another account of the appearance of Virgin Mary on the church roofs of the Christian churches in Istanbul, that is old Constantinople, in the Easter of 1999, before the huge earthquake. Now, photographs of the Virgin Mary above the Church of the Assumption in Zeitun, Cairo, were from Wikipedia. The view was lost after a few minutes. However, a week later, on April 9, the phenomenon reappeared. Again, it only lasted a few minutes. So there was a second appearance of the Mother of God, the Virgin Mary. After this period, the appearance became more frequent. The appearances happened 2 to 3 times a week for several years, and ending in 1971. So this started April 2nd, 1968, and then the appearances of the Virgin Mary 2 or 3 times a week, ending in 1971. Kindly support my Patreon account, since YouTube has again demonetized my YouTube channel. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below. According to the Coptic tradition, the place is one of the places where the Holy Family remained. That's when they fled Jerusalem. Remember, after the holy infants, the holy innocents, concerning the time of Herod the Great, who was trying to find Jesus Christ the Messiah, the new king of Israel, and they had to flee as the archangel Gabriel warned them. So they came here to Zeitun, Egypt. That's according to the Christian Coptic tradition. So they did not rule out the connection between these two incidents and the location. Both the Catholic and the Coptic Church tried to investigate the phenomenon in parallel with the Egyptian authorities, while the issue had spread beyond the country. The investigations led nowhere. No device was found within the radius of 15 miles capable of projecting an image of the Virgin Mary, and in general, nothing could be found that could imply any fraud or any alternative explanation for those lights, with the result that the Egyptian government accepted the appearances as true and therefore a Christian miracle. And how can you deny so simply 250,000 eyewitnesses? Okay, there's also a video, but it's in Greek, and I'll leave a link below for you. I've translated this for you from a Greek article. Now, going back to what I wanted to tell you concerning the spring of the Easter period of 1999 in Istanbul. Now we know there's that's the Constantinople is the actual name of Istanbul, and that was where King Constantine the Great, actually he was the first king that allowed Christians to have liberty of faith, to practice their faith. And he also set up Constantinople as a location for Christians to follow their free Christian belief. And he also built palaces for princes from Europe to come and live there for free. Okay? Now, what happened in the spring was that I read an article in one of our church gazettes, journals, that said that a lot of people in Istanbul, old Constantinople, at night would hear and would see an apparition of the Virgin Mary on various rooftops of Christian Orthodox churches, and she was crying. She was weeping and sobbing. And they were, even though they're Muslim, most of them, there's only about 1,500 Christians living there now in Istanbul. But anyway, the local people were saying, "Oh my goodness, the Mother of God is crying. Something very devastating maybe coming in the future to befall us." And that's what they were saying to each other. And this explanation of these events made it to the journal that I was reading. Of course, nothing is by accident. What happened in, I think it was August 15th. August 15th of 99, we had a total solar eclipse of the sun over our area, Istanbul in Greece. And about 7 days later, they had an earthquake, a very big earthquake that affected an area very close to Istanbul, and a lot of people lost their lives. A very big earthquake. And at that time, people there were saying, "Oh, we had a total eclipse of the sun over our area. We're going to have a very big earthquake." And that's what all Arabs believe, and they really know because they have a lot of connection with astronomy and eclipses and earth events. And that's exactly what happened. And then 3 weeks later, on September 9th, we had in Greece another earthquake of 7 Richter that was not, it didn't cause a tremendous loss of life, thank God, but it was a very devastating earthquake. So that came out to be true. That is why the Virgin Mary was weeping for them. And they saw her on the rooftops of the churches, mostly at night. I don't know if it was night, but I guess so, because, that's when you most logically see an apparition of light. But anyway, please leave your comments, and thank you for your support.